Do you believe in the paranormal? You might after you hear the chilling stories of Japan's most haunted places. From abandoned castles to cursed forests, these locations hold more than just history. They hold secrets that demand to be uncovered. Will you dare to explore? Number 1. Himuro Mansion, Tokyo. On the outskirts of Tokyo lies the Himuro Mansion, a residence shrouded in mystery and dark tales. Once home to a family rumored to have engaged in occult practices, the mansion's tragic history is said to have left a lingering malevolent presence. Visitors have reported unexplained phenomena, including sudden temperature drops and the sensation of being watched. Some claim to have seen apparitions of the family members, their faces twisted in terror, forever trapped in their own home. The mansion stands as a chilling reminder of the past, its walls echoing with the whispers of those who once lived there. Number 2. Nichitsu Clinic, Saitama. In the abandoned village of Ogurazawa, the Nichitsu Clinic remains a haunting relic of its industrial past. Once a thriving medical facility, it now stands deserted, its halls echoing with the memories of those who once sought care within its walls. The clinic's isolation and decay have made it a hotspot for urban explorers and ghost hunters. Reports of eerie sounds, flickering lights, and fleeting shadows have been common among those who have dared to enter. The clinic's tragic history and abandonment have left it steeped in an unsettling atmosphere, making it a place where the past refuses to stay buried. Number 3. Inunaki Tunnel, Fukuoka. Hidden in the Inunaki mountain region, the old Inunaki Tunnel is a place steeped in spine-chilling legends. One of the most common stories involves a series of heinous incidents that occurred near the tunnel, involving murder, suicide, or possibly both. Many people believe that the tunnel is haunted by tormented spirits seeking vengeance or closure. Visitors have reported an overwhelming sense of dread as they walk through its desolate streets. Strange sounds like the eerie clink of chains or the soft padding of footsteps echo through the night. Others have seen shadowy figures darting between the crumbling buildings, only to vanish when approached. One particularly horrifying tale speaks of a traveler who ventured into the village at dusk, hoping to capture the eerie landscape in photographs. As night fell, he spotted a figure standing by the old well, a woman in tattered clothes with her face hidden by her long hair. When she turned toward him, her eyes gleamed with an unnatural red glow. Terrified, the man fled, but his car stalled on the road out of the village, and he was never seen again. The spirits of Inunaki village remain restless, crying out from the ground, forever trapped in their cursed existence. Number 4. Toyama Park, Tokyo. Even amidst the bustling crowds of Tokyo, one of the city's most haunted spots lurks at Hakoniyama in Toyama Park. By day, this park bustles with activity, but by night, it transforms into a realm of ghostly sightings and unsettling sounds. Once a medical college and hospital, it now whispers tales of its grim past as a training ground for an Imperial Army unit notorious for its horrifying experiments. Visitors have reported hearing faint footsteps echoing through the tunnel, even when no one else is present. Some claim to see ghostly figures lurking in the shadows, apparitions of workers with hollow eyes staring silently at passersby. The air inside is said to grow unnaturally cold, and cars often stall inexplicably near the entrance. The tunnel's tragic history and abandonment have left it steeped in an unsettling atmosphere, making it a place where the past refuses to stay buried. Number 5. Oiwa Shrine, Tokyo. In Tokyo, the Oiwa Shrine stands as a solemn tribute to a woman wronged by her husband. The tale of Oiwa's tragic demise and subsequent haunting is one of Japan's most famous ghost stories, inspiring numerous adaptations in literature and film. Visitors to the shrine have reported an overwhelming sense of being watched, with some even claiming to have seen Oiwa's vengeful spirit lurking in the shadows. The shrine's tragic history and the legend of Oiwa's haunting have left it steeped in an unsettling atmosphere, making it a place where the past refuses to stay buried. Number 6. Doriyota Ruins, Tokyo. Hidden away in the bustling streets of Tokyo, The Dorioda ruins are one of the city's most eerie and forgotten sights. Once a thriving temple, the ruins are now a decaying reminder of the horrific events that took place there. The temple was the site of a gruesome massacre during the Edo period when a group of monks turned on each other in a violent dispute over power. The bloodshed was so intense that it is said the ground itself absorbed the anguish and anger of the monks, trapping their spirits in the area forever. Locals whisper that the spirits of the monks still haunt the ruins, their tortured souls unable to find peace. Visitors who approach the site report feeling an intense sense of unease, as if invisible eyes are watching their every move. Many have heard faint chanting carried on the wind or seen fleeting shadows moving among the ruins. The ruins' tragic history and the restless spirits that haunt them make it a place where the past refuses to stay buried. Number 7. SSS Curve, Okinawa. In Okinawa, the SSS Curve is a notorious spot known for its terrifying paranormal encounters. Under the cover of night, this unassuming curve in the road transforms into the site of spine-chilling stories that have persisted for decades. The most well-known tale is of a woman in white who appears late at night, flagging down passing vehicles. Witnesses recount stopping for what they thought was a lost traveler, only for her to vanish into thin air as they approached. Some have seen spectral figures in traditional kimono wandering the area, their faces filled with sorrow and anger. The curve's tragic history and the restless spirits that haunt it make it a place where the past refuses to stay buried. Number 8. Round Schoolhouse Ruins, Hokkaido. In the remote wilderness of Hokkaido, a peculiar abandoned building stands, the Round Schoolhouse, shrouded in mystery and fear. Once a place of learning, it is now notorious for the unsettling events that plague those who dare to explore it. The schoolhouse was abandoned decades ago after a series of inexplicable disappearances and deaths among students and teachers. Locals began to whisper about a malevolent force residing within its walls, feeding on fear and despair. Visitors who enter the schoolhouse describe an overwhelming sense of being watched. Shadows seem to move of their own accord, and disembodied whispers echo through the empty halls. Some report hearing the faint laughter of children, followed by chilling screams that seem to come from nowhere. One spine-tingling legend tells of a group of thrill-seekers who entered the schoolhouse late one night. As they explored, they discovered a room filled with old desks and decaying textbooks. Suddenly, the door slammed shut, and they heard the sound of children crying. When they finally forced the door open, one of their group was missing, never to be seen again. Locals warn against approaching the Round Schoolhouse after dark, as it is believed that those who enter may never return, lured into the clutches of whatever sinister entity haunts its decaying halls. Number 9. Aokigahara Forest, Yamanashi. At the base of Mount Fuji lies Aokigahara, also known as the Suicide Forest, one of the most unsettling places on Earth. It's a place where countless souls have tragically ended their lives, and the dense trees create an oppressive atmosphere that cuts off sunlight, casting the forest floor in eternal twilight. The forest is notorious for its labyrinthine paths, which have caused even the most experienced search teams to lose their way. Many believe Aokigahara is haunted by restless spirits, the souls of those who once sought to end their suffering. It's said that those who enter the forest with dark intentions are often lured deeper into the shadows by an invisible force. This presence is thought to be the spirits of the past, a legacy of an ancient Japanese practice called ubasut, in which the elderly were abandoned in the wilderness to die. The eerie silence and dense trees give the forest an almost supernatural quality, one that many claim makes them feel a strange pull to stay or, worse, never leave. Number 10. Himeji Castle Well, Hyogo. Himeji Castle is not only one of Japan's most iconic landmarks, but also one of the most haunted. Beneath its towering walls lies a well, Okiku's Well, steeped in sorrow and ghostly vengeance. The legend of Okiku is tragic. A loyal servant who was wrongly accused of losing a set of precious plates. Despite her innocence, she was thrown into the well to die. But her spirit did not rest quietly. Visitors to Himeji Castle claim to hear Okiku's mournful voice late at night, counting 10 plates, her voice pausing at 9 before a blood-curdling scream fills the air. Some say the ghostly figure of Okiku appears at the well, her long, wet hair dripping water as she searches for the justice denied to her in life. Number 11. Kotaki Tunnel, Kyoto. Built in 1927, the Kotaki Tunnel is a dark and ominous passageway through the mountains of Kyoto. But it's not just the number 444, the tunnel's length in meters, that causes fear. It's the spirits that haunt its walls. Many workers died in horrific accidents during the tunnel's construction, and their suffering is said to have left a permanent mark on the place. Over the years, numerous tragedies have occurred in the tunnel, including fatal road accidents and suicides, leading some to believe it is cursed. Those who travel through Kotaki Tunnel report strange apparitions of people, some in old-fashioned clothing, appearing in the tunnel's darkness and vanishing without a trace. Drivers have experienced a chilling presence in their cars, with some even feeling as if someone is sitting in the backseat, paralyzing them with fear as they approach the tunnel's exit. Some claim to hear their car engines sputter, forced to come to a halt in the oppressive darkness. The tunnel's tragic history and eerie occurrences make it one of Japan's most dreaded and haunted locations. Number 12. Furei Forest, Nagano. Deep in Nagano lies the tranquil Furei Forest, a seemingly peaceful place that hides a terrifying secret. This forest, filled with beautiful trees and serene trails, is often visited by nature lovers and hikers seeking solace in the woods. However, it is also known as a place where people have gone missing over the years, and rumors of strange sightings and unnatural forces persist. Locals whisper about strange lights appearing among the trees at night and the disorienting feeling of being watched. Those who have wandered off the path report hearing footsteps behind them, only to turn around and find no one there. Some claim that they've seen fleeting shadows darting between the trees, while others tell of strange voices beckoning them deeper into the woods, never to return. The forest's haunting reputation has earned it the moniker of the Forest of Lost Souls. Number 13. The ghostly prison of Abashiri, Hokkaido. Located in Hokkaido, the Abashiri prison stands as a chilling relic of Japan's past, a place of harsh punishment and dark history. Once a maximum security facility, the prison housed some of Japan's most notorious criminals. Now, it is a museum, but its past remains alive with tales of ghostly apparitions and restless spirits. People who visit Abashiri have reported hearing eerie noises, such as the sound of chains rattling or distant cries for help. Others claim to have seen ghostly figures lurking in the abandoned cells, their faces twisted in anguish. Some say the spirits of executed prisoners still roam the prison's dark hallways, seeking redemption or revenge for the lives lost within its walls. Will you dare to step inside and confront the tormented souls that call this place home? These haunted locations hold secrets that refuse to stay buried. But the question remains, are you brave enough to face them? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you visit these places or leave them to the spirits? And if this chilling adventure captivated you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more spine-tingling stories. Keep your eyes peeled. The spirits might be watching you.